Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Flow Talks. My name is Julian, or Flow Graphics, and today I'm going to be talking about two things. Firstly, the artwork you can see on the screen, as well as talking about working for free and how beneficial working for free can be. So just to start off with, in the background I'm actually creating a digital painting. I sort of set myself a challenge recently to start creating some digital paintings for these Flow Talks videos. It's always a skill that I've really appreciated, and I've really looked up to artists that can digital paint, and I've always wanted to be really good at digital painting, but to be completely honest, I just simply don't have the patience. For some reason, I'm just not very patient when it comes to digital painting, so I'm trying to push myself recently and force myself to be patient and sort of create some artworks. So this isn't finished yet, but this is sort of like halfway through a digital painting that I've been creating, and then I'll have the next sort of half of this in a future episode. So I thought it'd be pretty interesting because you guys can essentially watch me learn. You know, I sit here all day telling all of you how to do things, so maybe it could be sort of insightful if you guys actually get to see me learn at something, because I'm not very good at digital painting, at least I don't think so. And I have a lot to learn. This is basically the first proper digital painting I've ever created. I've started a couple and I've never completed them, so hopefully I will complete this. But yeah, so let's just get straight into it. So the main topic I want to touch on today is basically the importance of working for free. And to talk about this, I'm going to give you a bit of a background on how I started graphic design, how I started YouTube, how I started all of this, because this really relates to what I'm talking about. So I think it was about 5 years ago, a bit longer now, I guess, probably 5 or so, let's just say 5 years, I started making YouTube banners. So I was in high school, I had a bunch of friends that played Call of Duty and video games, and YouTube was starting to get a bit popular within the gaming scene and whatnot, and I was into video games and whatnot, and I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I wanted to make my own YouTube banner. I didn't know how to, so I taught myself. And then I was always interested in art and whatnot, so it sort of came to me naturally, I guess you could say, and then I really enjoyed it, so I started trying to make YouTube banners for my friends, and then for their friends, and I just sort of kept doing it. And basically for the first, I'd say 2.5 years or so of starting to learn graphic design and art, I didn't get paid for any of my work. It was just all free. Even now, I still do free work, because it's a way to get your name out there. Something that is like really beneficial is just simply getting work done, is just simply finding things to do, especially when you're just learning, or even if you have a really good skill set and you just want to show the world that skill set. Even if you're, you know, really skilled, really talented, you don't even need to learn much more, you're just an amazing artist and maybe not too many people know about you, the best thing you can do is just start creating work for people, and get your name out there. For example, let's say there's an artist you look up to, let's say maybe there's a YouTuber you look up to, there's a celebrity, there's a brand, there's a football team, anything. Find out a way to showcase your skills and create something. I think that's the most important thing. Like, what really got me sort of popular on YouTube was entering a lot of design contests and whatnot. So there's a bit less nowadays, but basically I tried my hardest to scan YouTube. I found channels like Creative Station and other sort of community hubs, and also other sort of graphic design teams and sort of communities where people sort of join together. I found as many contests as possible and just tried to enter as many things as possible and really just get my name out there. If there was a YouTuber that I liked, I would make them a YouTube banner for free and just tweet it at them and be like, hey, I made you this. And that got me a lot of places. I created a lot of connections. I built an audience and all that for just making free work. Because realistically, the payment wasn't a problem. I still happily make free work now, because really money doesn't really matter that much to me. I have a full-time job. I have enough money. That's fine. I just want to do what I enjoy. And if I can create something, and either someone enjoys that, like a YouTube video, like realistically, I don't get paid a whole lot of money for these YouTube videos. I just really enjoy making them. And so, yeah, if it was all about the money, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. But saying that, it's just really good to just create, you know, and keep creating. And I think one of the best motivations to keep creating is just to constantly find goals and set yourself goals. And these don't have to be, you know, financial, they're just like creative goals. So for example, let's say I was a really good painter, and I'm really skilled, really talented. I just created an Instagram account and I want to get my name out there. I want to start getting a name for myself as a painter. I want to start growing like an audience and a sort of a followership, people that, you know, grow to know me as a person and know my artwork. And then maybe some way down the line, I've grown such a reputation that I can start, you know, making really good money selling my paintings. But to get to that sort of that initial step, you need to put in the hard work, and that can take a long time. So you're gonna have to do things. So if I was a painter, I'd probably make a bunch of fan art. Maybe I would go research what the newest League of Legends character is gonna be, or what a new update that's come out for a game. Like I guess what's a new game that just came out? Fortnite. Fortnite's a new game that just came out. So maybe I'll do some fan art for Fortnite and really make it awesome, and I'll tweet that game art at the Fortnite Twitter account, and then I'll sort of track down all of the game developers for Fortnite, some of the game artists, and maybe I'll tweet the artwork at them too. And I would make a bunch of social media accounts and share it on there. Maybe I'd make a YouTube video. So that's what I mean, is when you work for free, it doesn't necessarily have to be directly for other people. You don't need to put like a sign up and say, you know, I make banners for free. These can simply be, you sort of pick and choose what projects you want. You don't even have to be like do commissioned work at all. Like you don't have to do free commissioned work. You can basically just choose to work on your own personal projects that are actually benefiting you and your career, because they're essentially building your skill set and getting your name out there. I think there's really two ways of going about it. There's either you're just starting out and you're trying to build your skills, so you more or less need sort of like case studies, and you actually need some projects to work on in order to build your skills. That's one type of person. Or the other type of person is someone that has like a really awesome set of skills, and you want people to know your name. You want to start building a brand, you want to start building yourself as a person and as an artist, so you could hopefully make some money down the line and set up a business or something like that. So going to the first person, if you are just starting out and you wanted to simply build your skill set, then make up some projects. So if you want, you could just do commissioned work for free. So you could basically announce to everybody, maybe you make a Twitter account or a YouTube account or something like that, and you could promote the fact that you create free graphics. It will probably be a lot of hard work, and you'll probably be making a lot of low quality work, it's basically higher volume at a lower quality. But maybe that's what you need to sort of get started and get used to it and get a feel for design and sort of see if it's something that you would potentially like. Otherwise, you could sort of do the similar route of what I just said, where you could just create a whole bunch of fan art, watch tutorials, and just sort of create your own personal works for other people. But realistically, I think when you're just starting out and you're trying to learn, I really think quality is probably maybe not the first thing you should strive for. And I think that probably sounds really weird, but I honestly think like quantity. I think when you're first starting out, you just need to keep making stuff like over and over and over. When I first started out graphic design, I was making YouTube banners almost every day for like a year. Like it sounds crazy, but I have a file, like I have a folder on my computer, which is all of the YouTube banners I've ever created since I started making since I started doing graphics. There's a few YouTube banners sort of give or take that have gone to different places and stuff, and I've lost a few down the road, sorry. But there's probably around 500 YouTube banners in that folder. So, you know, let's say on average it takes me an hour to create a YouTube banner. Some of them took a lot longer than an hour, but for argument's sake, let's just say it took an hour. That's 500 hours just making YouTube banners that I've spent in my life. And, you know, a lot of you probably might play games, so people watching my channel. So if you could imagine playing 500 hours in a game, that's a very, very long time. Imagine just creating YouTube banners in that time. So you really need a lot of repetition to get good at something, to get quite skilled. Like, obviously quality comes. I honestly think quality will come at a later date. I think you really just need to churn out high volumes of work and work out what's the most efficient way to create a YouTube banner. What is the quickest way of doing things? And I think when you sort of do things over and over and over, it just gets ingrained in your mind and you start learning really quickly. And it's just a really good way to learn, because you basically force yourself to learn the quickest and best ways to do things. And that's very important. So on the other hand, you have the people that are quite skilled and they simply want to get their name out there. And I think that really comes with quality. Basically the exact opposite. Maybe sort of fan art is probably a better way. Fan art, or just sort of showcasing your skill sets. And this is, again, like, your own portfolio work can also help, drive you as a professional. If I was to approach a game design studio right now and ask for a job, they would ask for my portfolio of work. Now, that portfolio of work could be purely personal work. I could have never worked for a game design company my entire life, never done a freelance project, never made $1 from my artwork, and I could get hired to that company for just having a really, really good portfolio of work. Obviously, that helps. Employers prefer in general for people to have those sort of professional skill set, be able to handle them in sort of a time frames. You need to know how to handle deadlines and talk to clients and communicate, work in a team environment and whatnot. But saying all that, you could potentially, get a very high ranking job in an industry just through doing personal projects and nothing else. You just need to dedicate the time, and sort of what this whole video is about is just free work. You need to dedicate time of your life to create this work, and basically think about the work you create isn't necessarily free work. It's just work that you're creating now in order to get a better outcome in the future. So if you think about all the time that you put into bettering your portfolio, doing free work for people, reaching out to people and trying to get your name out there, it's essentially just investing into yourself as a person. I've probably invested, hundreds and hundreds of hours creating free work for other people, and I can safely say it paid off really nicely. I'm very, very happy with that investment. I think I had a good return. And I think that's really important, that's what matters. And saying that, I had a lot of fun doing it, and I learnt a lot too. It wasn't just about grinding out the free work in order to get that goal down the end of the tunnel. I also had a good time as well. Like, it's not like I don't enjoy creating graphics. I love creating graphics. Obviously, it's really nice when you get paid to do it, but it's also nice just to do what you love, and think about the bigger picture. So I think in general, when you guys are sort of creating work, if you're starting out, or maybe you have an awesome skill set and you just simply want to show more people that skill set, really think about the bigger picture, and really think about how the actions you do, the impact that they can have over sort of a larger scale of time. Because realistically, you're doing what you love and you're having fun. The value in that itself is something that should be cherished and you should really value. Putting aside money, just the fact that, if you're watching this video right now, you obviously have a computer, you're probably sitting in a bedroom, your life is probably pretty good. You're probably a pretty happy person. You get to, explore your own creativity, you get to have fun, you get to create cool graphics and artwork. So there's really not much to complain about. At least you have access to a computer. So you might as well spend that time bettering yourself and actually invest that time back into yourself as a person and create work. Whether it's paid or free, just create. I think that's the main thing, is even if you're someone who works and you need rent, you need to pay rent, you got to pay the bills. There's no use to sitting on your ass all day and just waiting for more orders to come in. You might as well just create free stuff. Even if you're not working, just create work. Invest time back into yourself, because it will pay off ultimately. So I just wanted to talk about that. I think it was a really important sort of point for me, and it was something that I really heavily focused on, and I still focus on. I have friends that I still create free work for. I still spend a lot of time investing in my own skill sets and doing all this stuff. Even the painting you're seeing on the screen right now. This recording I think took about 3+ hours, probably about 3-4 hours in this video. Like exactly what you're seeing start to end in this video took around 3-4 hours, and that was, you know, no one paid me to do that. That was just something that I wanted to do. Obviously I'm doing it for this video, but it's something that I wanted to do. And I think that's the difference right there. I had fun doing it. I got a little bit better at digital painting. I'm still getting better at digital painting, and then now I can showcase, you know, this Speedart to all of you. I can turn it into a video, and there's all these sorts of repercussions for just creating this work for free in my own time. So think about the bigger picture next time you you know, turn down a client or turn down a project just because they might not be paying as much money as you want. So as always, I hope you have an amazing day, everybody. If you have any ideas for future tutorials, any videos, or if you have any ideas for the next Flow Talks, any topics you'd like me to cover, be sure to let me know. I'd love to hear all of your ideas. I've actually made a fair few tutorials based on user requested ideas lately. So I do read the comments, I do listen to all of you. And like always, I usually get you guys to say weird stuff in the comments. So let's just say lollies. Let's just say lollies in the comments. I feel like I've said that before, but whatever. Lollies are awesome. Actually, here's a better thing. If you're in a place that says lollies, say lollies. But if you're in a place that says candy, like America or whatever other countries say candy, because I think that'd be really cool to actually see who lives where and the actual divide on who says lollies versus who says candy. So yeah, this is supposed to be a graphic design video, but we end up talking about candy, so I didn't even know what these Flow Talks are anymore. But yeah, as always everybody, I hope you have an amazing day. It's been Julian or Flow Graphics here. See ya.